Warzone 2 is absolutely in the fucking shitter, and here is why. We're a few days past the Season 3 update, and as you guys know, that you've probably heard from all your favorite streamers, the ones that aren't stuck under the wing of Activision and Infinity Ward, it was absolutely trash. It was the biggest piece of dog shit that has ever been released into Call of Duty, and there is a lot of reason behind that. Not only have we been asking for more movement, we have been asking for more fluid movement, a skill gap within movement, TTK raises, a lot of things that they don't want to deliver to us. Now listen, before I go into all my points, we just have to come to the realization that it will never change. This is what Infinity Ward wants. This is how they want their game to play. Nothing is going to change. Before Season 3 came out, I was on stream and a lot of people were coming in asking me, yo, Jay, are you ready for Season 3? Are you excited for Season 3? Movement's coming back. And every time I would answer more in a negative way, people would say I'm very negative about the situation. But I don't look at it as negative. I kind of look at it as I know what they do. Yo, Jay, are you ready for Season 3? Movement's coming back. My answer is no, I'm not. Movement isn't coming back. They're probably just going to speed up the mantle speed. What did they do? They sped up mantle speed by about 0.7% and sliding and diving fluidity, or whatever you want to call it. If you weren't on Twitter, you would have no idea that it was even changed. I can't even believe that a company of this nature that has been in the game for so long added a slide that is so muddy. Like, if you play Warzone 2 or MW2, if you try to slide, I can't even believe it's in the video game. Like, I can't believe that they actually said, okay, add the slide, and then they left it like that. It's like, why? You can't do anything out of it. And not only can you not shoot in it, but you can't, like, move. Like, you're stuck. Like, you slide. It's like, here we go. Picture this, right? This is me sliding, right? So you slide, and then you're just stuck here. Like, as a player, you slide, and you're just stuck, and you go really slow, and you can't move, you can't get up. And then maybe like a second and a half later, okay, now you're back to normal. So, I just can't believe that a studio of this nature, and has been in the game for so long, actually added this into the game, and thought like, okay, this is good. Especially from what we went to from Modern Warfare 1. I mean, the slide of Modern Warfare 2019 was, I mean, you could say it was because of slide cancel, but it was so smooth and impeccable and just fluid, and it was just great. You know, and then we got the dolphin diving, which is a mess. But the main reason I wanted to make this video was, listen, JoeWo and Repos and some other creators were under a lot of heat because of the simple fact that they were hyping up Season 3, and they were saying Warzone 2 is saved, and movement's coming back, and this and that. And listen, do I blame them? No. Would I have done that if I was in their position? No, never. Now listen, their defensive standpoint on the situation is Infinity Ward tried to sell them this image of Warzone 2 being back, and the skill gap is back, and the movement was getting buffed. Now listen, that's all fine and well. I completely believe them. I believe that they were in the development call. You know, the devs were telling them, like, you know, we're doing this to diving, this to sliding. Whatever the case was, I wish I knew exactly what they said. But, you know, it's kind of like a rookie mistake. Like, you're listening to these devs that even made this game in the first place. I don't trust these devs as far as I could throw them. You know, the game that they released, the base game, I'd have to see anything and absolutely everything to believe a word that they say. If they said that shooting while sliding was back, if I was told in a call to my face shooting while sliding is back, I would not believe them. I would expect it to not be back until I physically seen it in front of my face. And this is just the history of the development team. Infinity Ward especially, they lie, they gas things up, they don't listen to the community feedback. And that's all we've been asking for. So I would have to physically see it to believe them. Now, listen, this was a big mistake on JoeWo's part and all these creators' parts that were in development calls. And, you know, they were coming out, gassing it up. Now, listen, I don't know. Were they gassing it up because they were trying to be optimistic? I have no idea. Were they gassing it up because they wanted to keep the contract and they wanted to make sure that they got an invite for Warzone 3? Maybe. Who knows? Heard a lot of things, and I know a lot of things from bigger creators talking to them. I know that these COD partners that are content creators are not allowed to say certain things on the internet. Now, to me, that is absolutely fucking insane. The fact that men actually let this happen, right? they can't say certain things. So if I was a COD partner, which I would never be because I'm blocked by a developer, because of the things I say, because I clearly don't give a fuck, right? I never want to be. I want that to be known right now, no matter how big I get in this content creation world or whatever the case is, however long I'm here, I never ever want to be strapped down by a development team, by a contract, by non-disclosure agreements. I never want to be strapped down to the point where I can't voice my opinion on a video game on Twitter because I'm partnered with them, and I wouldn't get an invite, and I wouldn't get a skateboard, and I wouldn't get a package of dildos from these people. Now, I'm really not a big fan of, you know, these people. They're very money hungry. They do things for personal reason, and there's a lot of reasoning behind this. They do a lot of things out of spite. They do a lot of things of the fact that their pride is so high. One example is basically, if anybody could give me a reasonable answer as to why on God's earth did they remove Rebirth and Fortune's Keep, I would love to hear the reason, because I've already weighed the options out. It's not server stability. Caldera is still there, right? So it's not server stability. It's not money, because if they really wanted to, they could put Rebirth back, add all the bundles in the store, and make over 6 figures in probably the first 2 weeks. So it's not money, right? What other reason is there possible that they removed the playlist of these 2 game modes, right? Because it takes about 10 minutes to put it back in the game. All you got to do is they go on there, playlist update, boom, Rebirth, Fortune's Keep, whatever the case is, add it right back. So it takes 10 minutes. It's not that it would be a long process to add this stuff back. It's pretty disgusting how, you know, they literally remove these things that we love, we spend money on, a lot of people want to play. There's millions and millions of people who collectively would rather play Rebirth and Fortune's Keep than any part of Warzone 2 or Modern Warfare 2. And the fact that they take that away from us, I can't see myself ever having respect for them enough to be partnered with them and to not tweet my opinion about the game. I feel like that is a literal slap in the face from every developer that ever agreed with that, or the people who made that decision. I could never see myself not talking shit about them through my freedom of speech and how I want to speak. Because essentially they're saying to us, you're not allowed to play Warzone 1. You can't. You can't play Rebirth. You can't play Fortune's Keep. We don't want you to do that. Fuck you. You have to play Warzone 2, whether you like it or not, because guess what? We removed the Rebirth and we removed the game mode that you want to play. So you have to play Warzone 2. Thinking about that, and then on the same token, being a partner and obeying them, so to speak, and letting them control. Like if I wanted to tweet out one day, Warzone 2 fucking sucks. The game is ass. I can't believe it was ever made. These COD partners are not allowed to say that. They can't say it, or they will lose their partnership. They will come off the creator list. They will come off the package list when they send them all the packages and the skateboards and the fucking hoodies. Sick hoodies, by the way. I might have to get myself one. But they would come off this list, right? And they don't want that. Now, I was talking to a certain creator, and I said to them, he's a bigger creator. He said that he's not a COD partner right now, but because he talked so much shit, or whatever the case was, he's not a COD partner right now. But he said, if it came down to it and I wasn't allowed to talk shit, I wasn't allowed to say certain things about the video game, I don't care that much. I would just take it and let it happen. I don't think that I care that much either, but to think in my mind that I'm controlled by a group of people to be allowed to say certain things and not allowed to say others is fucking insane to me. I could never ever in my life feel that way about myself. It goes deeper than the video game and how much I care about it. If I woke up every morning and knew in the back of my mind that I was controlled by a group of money hungry scumbags like Activision, Raven, whoever were Infinity Ward, whatever the case is, if I knew in the back of my head that I woke up every day and I was not allowed to speak my mind on Twitter about how I felt about a video game, yeah, that would never happen. I would never be in that position. I don't care how much money or exposure I had coming my way from that benefit. I'm not gonna be controlled on what I'm allowed to say about a video game. And you know, these COD partners make their case worse. They're like, why are people saying we get paid? We don't get paid. We get no money from this. Bro, that makes it even worse. It's not even like you're getting paid to keep your mouth shut. You're just being a good little bitch for what? Skateboards and invites to events? So you're not even getting paid. You're making it sound worse for yourself. It's not even like you're not doing it for money. You're not doing it for invites and skateboards. That's it. And front pages, a BattleNet, and invites to this and that. You're not even getting paid. What happened? Like, what happened to the self-respect and the pride of just people in this world, bro? Like, how do you wake up every day? No money. You're not getting no money. You're not getting paid from these people. You're literally just getting invites, hashtag COD partner, fucking skateboards and hoodies. And that's all it takes for you to be a good little bitch and shut your mouth? That's all it takes, is that? Skateboards? I mean, this shit is just crazy to me. I mean, I've said it my whole time. I've been in content creation for a little bit over a year now, and I would never do that. I'd rather stay 100% true to my community. I'm gonna say what I think about the game. I'm gonna say what I think about certain people. I'm never ever gonna be silenced in that matter of I can't say a game's trash because I'm on the partner list. I mean, that just sounds ridiculous to me. You know what I mean? That just sounds absolutely ridiculous. But we really just have to come to the conclusion, like, if we go back to step one, right? We go back to step one. What happened? Warzone 1 was out. They announced Warzone 2. Everybody was hype. I'm going to tell you my perspective and what I seen coming with Warzone 2. Because if you remember back in October, when MW2 came out, before Warzone 2 released, I made a video saying Warzone 2 is doomed. And I was right. I wasn't being negative. I wasn't being a whiny bitch. I was right. A lot of the things that I come off negative about, I usually am correct. You know, if we start out from player count dropping 70%, I mean, we're hitting all-time lows on Steam. We went from launch day from 500,000 people peak to, like, we're barely breaking 100K 5 months later. I mean, listen, if we're gonna be real with each other, there is no competitor like Call of Duty, right? So there's no game that's like Call of Duty that can beat Call of Duty. The only people that can really kill Call of Duty is Call of Duty. There's Apex, there's Fortnite. They're not like Call of Duty though. They're completely different. Call of Duty is its own worst enemy. I made the video back in October saying Warzone 2 is doomed because all it took was for me to hop on MW2, see that movement and how that game felt, and knowing that those mechanics were gonna be on Warzone 2, I knew it was over. I knew that the skill gap was gone. I knew that the viewership was going to be gone. I knew everything that we had beautifully in Warzone 1 was going to be gone. I just knew it. I knew it, and I was correct. Obviously, when it goes from view counts dropping to player counts dropping to the complaints are through the roof. I mean, Twitter every single day is just people talking about how bad Warzone 2 is, how much they miss Warzone 1, you know, and I was right, and it's tough. The future of Warzone 2 is what really scares me. I really want to diversify my content. Let's be honest with each other. Let's think about it, right? What's next? Just tell me, think about this in your mind. What is next? Call of Duty 2023 is going to be an expansion pack for Modern Warfare 2, which is ass, right? 2024, Treyarch, Sledgehammer, I don't even know. 2025, is it going to be a repeat of Warzone 1? Are we going to have the next 3 CODs merged into Warzone 2 with the guns and everything like that with Modern Warfare 2 mechanics? Is this like how it's going to go? Because what is next? Because I don't care what guns are added to Warzone 2. I don't care what camos are added, what store bundles, what maps. I don't care if Verdansk comes, Rebirth comes. The core game of Warzone 2 is complete garbage. There is no saving it. There's no fixing it. Infinity Ward wants it to play one way, and that's it. Nobody is changing their mind. They're not changing movement. No slide canceling, no stim boost, no B-hop, nothing. So no matter what implementations they make into this Warzone 2 game, I got nothing. I'm all set. I know that you guys don't like to watch Warzone 2 as much as you did Rebirth Island. I know that a lot of people feel this way. 1v4s and just movement in general on Warzone 1 was 30,000 times more satisfying to watch, play. Damn, I want to hop on. I want to do that. People used to watch me on Rebirth and be like, bro, you make this shit look so fun. People used to watch creators all the time. You make it look so fun. I want to hop on so bad right now, right? And this was good. This is what a video game wants. When content is made on a video game, you want people to watch it and be like, damn, I want to play that shit. And I had fun, man. I did. I had fun on Warzone 1 and Rebirth, and I couldn't get enough of it. I really did. I loved it. And there's a reason for that. The movement and the gunplay and the skill gap was just there. It felt rewarding to be good at the video game. It felt rewarding to know what you're doing to the furthest extent possible. Now with Warzone 2, I know that percentage of people that watch gameplay and want to hop on from seeing their favorite streamer play, an amount that was through the roof on Rebirth and Warzone 1 to something that no video game has. I mean, you watch Warzone 2 gameplay. I mean, listen, I stream every night because I love my community. I love like talking to my community and chilling out with them and everything like that. But the base game of Warzone 2, because that's what I play every night on stream, it puts me to sleep. It's very hard to stay awake and keep like an energetic mindset playing that game. It is a fucking snooze fest. And I know you guys feel the same way. I mean, it's just crazy. And this is why I'm so scared, is the fact of like, what is next? Because we're stuck here. If we want to stay Call of Duty players and content creators, we are stuck in this position. There is not going to be any more wow moments or movement boosts or b-hops or stim clips for the next 3 years. We are not going to have any of that. We're stuck. So why I'm so scared is what's next, because it's basically we're just waiting. We just wait for years and years to come to get something that gives us that Rebirth or Dansk wow again, right? It's tough. It really is, because I watch these gameplays back and I want to give you guys the best content possible. And I watch these gameplays back and I'm like, damn, I dropped 45 kills. I dropped 50 kills. But like, at what extent? At what cost did I drop 50 kills? Like, what happened? I didn't do no crazy moves. I might have broke 1 or 2 cameras with like a door play, jumping through the door, but that's it. I mean, there's not much. It's just aim and shoot. You know, and I don't blame you guys. I know that it's not the best experience to watch. I know it, and I know it's not the best experience to play either. I don't blame you guys at all. I really don't. You know, I just wish that it was different, because it really is a shame seeing how good something can be and developers just being so spiteful that, you know, they're limiting themselves. They are completely limiting themselves. Because I could be honest with you guys, if Rebirth was out, I would just make Rebirth content, right? Picture this. Picture a world where Rebirth comes out, they add proximity chat, and they add all the Modern Warfare 2 guns to Rebirth, and just keep everything else and balance it out, whatever the case is. Tell me honestly, you guys wouldn't play that over Warzone 2 with a Sheik Island? Let's be honest, right? I never want to be a partner. I never want to be a COD partner. I probably never even have the chance to, due to what I say on Twitter. I just don't care. I never want a partnership in my life. I hope you guys remember me saying this. Whether it's 3 years down the road, I will never be a COD partner as long as we are as disrespected as we are by these developers that we are in this day and age. They basically spit in our faces and they don't care. Right? So like I said, I will never let them control what I'm allowed to say about a video game, as they disrespect us the way that they do. It'll never happen. And I'm one of the very, very, very few creators that has a backbone to stand by that. A lot of these other content creators, they say the game's trash because they're not COD partners, but if they got offered that situation, they would take it. They would take that offer, right? And they would change their whole narrative. They wouldn't say the game's trash anymore. They wouldn't go on Twitter talking shit about the game. I will never do that. I would never do that. I would never do that to my community. I would never do that to myself. Ever. It would never happen. I would never sell my soul in that sort of aspect. Never ever. I will always speak my mind on how I feel about something, and nobody will ever tie me down to that extent. But I do want to hear how you guys feel about the situation, you know, where Warzone 2 is, season 3, everything like that. I mean, you know, I will continue my streaky gameplays and whatever I can, as long as I'm trying to figure out you know, what type of content I want to make. I'm live every night, so I'd appreciate if you guys came through. You know what I mean? I will catch you guys in the next video. I hope you all have a beautiful day. I love you all, and I'm out.